Hey guys, my name is Loveless and we are back with Quirk Knife, our favorite series so far. Love it. So let's get on to it. Hitoshi was now in on Izuku's little secret, and knowing someone still cared about his well being was strange. It's been 2 months since Izuku met Hitoshi, and that boy's already been the most important person in his life. Not that the list consisted of anyone else. School's been easy too. Izuku already in his second semester and he's completed math, only leaving 3 classes left. Although the website said one semester should take at least 3 months, so he was probably doing something wrong. He'd have to double check his other courses. 1 week into his vigilante situation, and Izuku collected so many notes on heroes and villains alike. The other day he had almost stepped into a fight, but then remembered what Hitoshi said. Another underground hero had just arrived just in time to put an end to it, and his quirk was really cool close up. The hero had the ability to turn his body into some sort of black mist, perfect for blending into the shadows and avoiding physical attacks. Although Izuku was currently sitting behind a dumpster analyzing a brand new underground hero to the game, she goes by Star. Her quirk is quite versatile. She has night vision and can also make her eyes glow enough to act like a flashlight, illuminating certain radiations around her. Izuku already a fan because it's similar to Eraserhead. She fighting quirkless of sorts too. Although Izuku can already come up with several different ways her quirk could be used. As support items, Star mainly uses a collection of small items such as smoke bombs, tears, sticky chemicals, and such. After the police collects her recent catch, Izuku waited for the police to disappear and scrambled out. "Excuse me, Star?" The hero swung around. "Oh shit, did you get hurt or something? Who are you?" Izuku steps out under the lamp light and his costume was revealed, but Star never got the chance to comment on it as he erupted into his ideas. "Have you ever tried making your quirk more versatile? Illuminating an area and night vision is perfect for an underground heroics. But you also have the option to use your quirk with physical attacks. You could turn light on and off at will, correct?" Star tilted her head. "Yeah?" Izuku scrambled something in his notebook. "Does it strain your eyes or something? Because if there's no real drawback, you could use your quirk like a strobe light to disorientate the opponent. Have you ever tried that?" Star placed a hand on her hip, her dark blue jumpsuit adjusting to her movements. "Switching on and off makes me more sensitive to the light, but I guess it won't really be a problem in the dark now, would it?" Star smirked slightly. "Huh, I have to try that." Izuku was smiling wide under his helmet, and he tucked the book away. "Awesome. Let me know how it goes the next time I run into you." Izuku started walking away, but Star fell a step behind him, the much shorter boy having to crane his neck to look up and meet her pale yellow eyes. "You're a new vigilante, or have you been here for some time? I'm new if you didn't notice." Star rubbing the back of her neck, glancing into the alleyway that they passed. "Ah, yeah, I know you're new," Izuku chuckled, "but you're doing great, by the way." Star hummed. "Thanks, but what about you? New or not?" Izuku adjusted the straps on his backpack and bounced slightly with each stride. "Sort of, I guess." Star smirked. "Sort of?" "Well, I'm not exactly a vigilante, I guess. I gotta stay out of trouble or my friend would kill me, and I'm not too new on assessing quirks and all. I've been doing that for a super long time." Izuku spoke with an energetic tone. He couldn't help it. A hero was actually speaking to him, and seemed curious about what he had to say. "You got quite a chaotic energy, you know that?" Star pointed out at him playfully. "Your thoughts must be pretty chaotic, too." Izuku laughed breathlessly. "Always." Star didn't respond right away, and Izuku thought maybe he should leave, but the blonde spoke up again. "So, what's your vigilante name? I don't want to call you some random name." His vigilante name? Izuku really never thought about it. He wasn't here to create a name for himself. He just wanted to help. I guess I don't really have one. I don't want to be a known person, you know? Star tapped her chin and adjusted her utility belt, her eyes traveling down all the knives on Izuku's own belt. I get that. She spoke slowly. But you should have a name so underground heroes have something to refer to you by. Izuku squinted subconsciously, but Star couldn't see his eyes. But what I'm doing is illegal. Star smiled. Maybe, but vigilantes like you help underground heroes like us. Besides, I like how you work. Count me on your side. Under his helmet, Izuku was beaming. Wow, really? That's so awesome. I'll do my best to help you guys. I'll stay out of trouble and I won't do anything stupid. And whoa there. Star held up her hands. Take a breath, man. Izuku chuckled nervously. Sorry, I tend to lose myself in my thoughts and my chaos. Izuku looked up at the tall woman. Huh? That's your vigilante name. Star crossed her arms. Chaos. Suits you perfectly. Izuku smiled slowly. Ah, I guess it does. Star winked with a bright smile and opened her mouth to speak again, but a soft vibration in her pockets cut her off. She froze mid-step and pulled her phone out, Izuku peering secretly to find out what her cheerful expression dropped. It was the location, not far along from the street they were now. I gotta go. Star suddenly began running. See ya, Chaos. Stay out of trouble. Izuku watched the hero long strides for a brief moment, understanding her farewell mean that she wanted him to stay put or go home. So obviously Izuku followed her. Star was fast with her long strides, and all even being 5'4" and 1/4, Izuku kept up effortlessly. The jog was long, but Izuku never gave up, keeping a safe distance with the silent steps so Star wouldn't catch him and get distracted. He followed her around to the backside of an old building, and Izuku nearly gasped audibly what he saw. It was Eraserhead, collapsed on the ground in a heap of black clothing and his scarf, his phone clutched in one hand and unresponsive. And Star, oh dear. Izuku was aware that she was new on the field, but come on. The pro hero was caught up in seeing Eraserhead in possible danger, that she ran right in without analyzing her surroundings. Izuku stepped forward to call her and stop her, but it was already too late. Some sort of gas waved in her direction, a slight blue tinge to it. Star knelt down to check Eraserhead's pulse, and completely unaware of the gas until it was too late. Her posture stuttered slightly and swayed, melting down onto the concrete just like the first pro. Unmoving. A figure emerged from an opposite corner where Izuku was crouched, his eyes wide and crazy. The villain almost seemed fearful. He moved towards the unresponsive heroes with shaking hands holding a baseball bat, resting it clear to do some damage. Within seconds, Izuku analyzed everything he could. The villain is clearly nervous, meaning he probably isn't well versed in combat, especially since his quirk seemed pierce long-distance fights. With every exhale, the blue gas comes out, which means that's how his quirk is released, unlike a pro hero Midnight who releases it from her skin in its entirety. When the villain closes his mouth, no gas comes out of his nose, which means the gas isn't his breath, but somehow released directly from his throat. His only weapon is a baseball bat, and he hesitates to use it. From the span of time when Star received the text they're running here, Eraserhead had been stuck in this position for a maximum of 7 minutes. Izuku himself is armed with his knives and rods that he got from the storage facility of that hero agency again, but he hasn't had much practice, so Izuku was out of time. But the villain was now standing over the two heroes, baseball tightly in his hands. He untucked one of his knives from his belt and took a throw, and catching the villain off guard as the blade buried itself in his shoulder. Izuku charged forward with the two rods in his hand, and oh god, he hasn't even tested them out. He doesn't know what the material is made out of, so she's gonna kill him if he doesn't die here first. The villain took 2 steps back and lowered his bat as he glanced at the knives in his shoulder, breathing out some blue gas. Izuku took a big breath in and hoped that the motorcycle helmet would grant him more time before he joined Star and Eraserhead situation as well. Counting the time in his head, Izuku dove over the heroes in a roll and smashed the rod against the man's shin, just like he often did with sparring with Hitoshi. The man turned and swung the bat at randomly, narrowly missing Izuku's head. Damn. The villain swung again, and Izuku held both his rods, inherently thanking whatever god that existed that the rods didn't snap. He pushed the villain back and retreated towards the dumpster, taking a quick breather as he looked over the stray plastic bag, obviously improvising it as well. Izuku grabbed it and tucked one rod away, keeping the second in his hand, holding his breath once more. Izuku crouched under the bat, crashing his own weapon into the man's torso twice, before running back up. When the man turned back around, Izuku was right in his face, with one hand extended, stuffing the plastic bag right into his mouth, ceasing the gas momentarily. The villain had poor combat skills, much to Izuku's luck, and it only had one last blow to the back of the head, causing the gas villain to crash down unconscious. Izuku drew a shaky breath and tucked his weapon away, collecting his knife, swiping the blood on his pants. He knelt down and began digging through his bag, pulling out some zip ties that he kept in case any heroes needed something to restrain their opponent. Izuku never thought that he would be the one restraining his opponent. He tied the villain's hands behind his back and pulled him out towards the side of the building, propping him up against the wall to make sure he was in view. Izuku then knelt down next to the heroes, carefully checking for any injuries, before rolling them on their back, checking for any broken bones, in which they were in the clear. In fact, the gas didn't even knock them out. They were just unable to move or speak. Wow, Izuku gasped as he dug into his notebook. A paralyzing gas. I was so naive to assume that knocked out their opponents like midnight. Ugh, how stupid of me to assume. While he wrote down some notes, there was a grunt from Eraserhead, clearly annoyed. Oh shit, sorry. Eraserhead's limbs began to twitch, but he still couldn't stand or speak coherently, so Izuku lay on his back in between them, casually. Wow, it's like we're stargazing, Izuku snorted while being the little shit he was. Do you guys know how to spot the constellations? I see the Big Dipper there and... ass. Eraserhead was able to drawl out, and Izuku cracked. Fine. He sat up and reached for the man's phone that was still open on the pavement, from where he sent the location to a group chat. It's where Star must have gotten the message. Clicked through it for a moment, ignoring the glare Eraserhead was shooting at him. I'm sure you both understand why I can't call the police. Izuku laughed nervously. So let's go through your most used contact. Yazashi Yamada. That's President Mike, isn't it? Again, Izuku just knew things. Don't ask. Izuku shot the man a quick text, explaining along with their location. You. Hi, I'm a friend of Mr. Eraserhead's, and you're his tip-top contacts. Anyway, I'm sending you a location. Your friend with Star are temporarily paralyzed, but don't worry, they are safe and fine. They got hit with the quirk. You. Sent the location. And call the police too, please. Thank you. Zashi. Sho. What the hell? Who am I speaking with? Not Sho. A friend. Just do the stuff I told you to do. Alright, I guess I'll be there in 10 minutes. Izuku smiled and placed the phone next to Eraserhead. Okay, you guys have to wait 10 minutes, and I told President Mike to call the police. Izuku continued through his bag, pulling out the items he never thought he would actually use himself. Izuku pulled out a sticky note with a black pen sitting cross-legged between the villain and the two heroes, where he could keep an eye on them both. Okay, Izuku mumbled out loud while beginning to write his little jot notes. Quirk. A gas paralyzing emitted from the mouth, not nose. Crime. Izuku lifted his pen and eyed the villain, not exactly sure. Crime unknown. Injuries. Shallow knife wound to the left shoulder, bruising to torso and shins. Witness include Pro Hero, Eraserhead, and Star. Danger rating 1 out of 5 stars. Satisfied with the information, Hizuku peeled off the paper pad and stuck it onto the villain, quickly writing XOXO Chaos at the bottom, then placing the paper to the man's forehead. Boom! Look at that. Izuku smiled and turned back to the heroes, Star beginning to twitch where Eraserhead could sort of move, but he still couldn't speak with ease or stand. I'll just wait here until the police gets close, Izuku mumbled while placing the baseball bat next to Eraser. Then sitting across from him, the greenette was eyeing the capture weapon under his helmet. And hey, sometimes fate just calls his name. Say, Izuku drawled slowly, you probably have an extra capture weapon, right? Of course, Eraserhead couldn't actually offer a proper response, and Izuku leaned over, removing the scarf from his neck. It's late, too. You should both head home after this, he mumbled, while casually stuffing the capture weapon in his backpack, zipping it up and pulling it on. LOL. Izuku spelt out his expression was wearing. Don't give me that look. I'll bring you a little something extra next time I see you, okay? How about some coffee? You look like a coffee kind of guy. Sirens echoed from down the street, and Izuku shot one last glance over to the scene to make sure he had everything. All right, thank you for this, Mr. Eraserhead. You're so kind. You kind of owe me, you know, not letting the villain smash your skull in. Okay, much love. Bye-bye now. Izuku scrambled down the alley to the next road, and he saw blue and red lights flashing, booking it into his warehouse in case any police decide to follow him. Oh my god, Izuku just... It doesn't matter. They owed him anyways. At least Izuku can do something nice for Itoshi. Hopefully his friend doesn't ask any questions. Shoto was stuck watching the police mop up the mess that he got himself into. How could he be so stupid? It was a rookie mistake letting the villain trick him into flinching, and it caused him to blink. The gas entered his system so quickly, it was too late to do anything. Shoto groaned while he was slowly helped to his feet by Hisashi. Star was still unable to stand as the police made sure everything was okay with her health, in which it was, thank God. While Hisashi returned to help the police, Shota just stood there as he collected his thoughts. That was the kid, the one that he thought might be Izuku Midoriya, or at least have a connection with him. The vigilante didn't use a quirk, which was the number one sign, and the voice was definitely of a teenage boy. Yet Shota thought this kid shouldn't have much skill, and oh, did he underestimate him. That kid was clearly somewhat trained in basic combat, fought with confidence, not to mention he walked away without injury, unlike two pro heroes that have been trained for years. Eraser? Tsukachi wandered over. Can I take your statement? Shota rolled his neck and summarized his information. That was Numb, the villain, and the underground hero and eye of this perfect has been tracking. He's been involved in several car robberies, and we assume he has some information that could lead us breaking down to the car robbery system. I lost hold of my quirk, and the gas took action in an instant. I was able to send my location to nearby heroes, but that was all. Tsukachi hummed, and the apparent strange messages to President Mike? Shota snorted. That brat helped himself to my phone. He's new, Star butted in, finally able to speak and move her mouth again. A kid, I think. He's so adorable, isn't he? You call that adorable? Shota raised his eyebrow. He's a little snarky shit, Star chuckled. Well, I call that personality, something that you don't have. Takachi paused. A kid? It's the vigilante I met before, the one that we believe to be the missing boy, Azashi whispered so no one else could hear, the detective eyes shooting up. The kid took down the villain. He used a knife like before, but he had some brand new rods. He also used a plastic bag, which was a very interesting choice. Tsukachi nodded. Did you get any other info from him? A name, age, anything? Shota shrugged. Never got one. Sir, another officer called. The note must be signed by the vigilante. Shota's eyes widened as the officer wandered over. Chaos. Tsukachi read. Aw, he took the name I gave him, Star gushed. We have to keep him. Until tonight, our vigilante wasn't technically doing anything wrong, Takachi groaned, but today he engaged. Star frowned. He didn't use his quirk, though. It's more like self-defense. He saved my life, most likely, and Eraser's. The detective shook his head. Chaos made the decision to cause harm to the villain, which was still classified as a crime. This just got more complicated. Both of you head home for the night. Good work. Shota sighed and waved a goodbye to Star while the policeman helped her into the car and drove off. He turned back to the scene where Hisashi was scrambling around, clearly looking for something. The kid left, Zashi. You won't find him, and the area's already been swept for clues. Hisashi turned around, still dressed in pink pajama pants. Huh? I know that. I'm looking for your capture weapon. What? Shota touched his neck, and when his hand didn't collide with the folds of fabric, his shoulders slacked in memory. I got fucking mugged by a child. Hisashi paused and walked closer. Why would he want it? I don't know. For him to use it, maybe? He was curious about it last time, too. Said he wanted to get his hands on one. Hisashi rubbed his neck. Well, I guess he was right. Shut up. Hisashi hid his snicker with a cough but failed. But doesn't he already have his own style? Knives? Shota shrugged when he found himself slightly amused. The kid, last names matched him perfectly. He's already causing chaos. Hisashi and Shota drove home in a comfortable silence with the radio playing soft music until Shota decides to let the other hero know about the advancements of their case. 08721. Num has been apprehended by the police. Will keep updated for any info I receive. Shota moved to tuck his phone away, but it began to vibrate like crazy. Unknown. Bruh, what's up? 92710. ASJS. Who's this? Unknown. Your mom? 74697. Take that L, Nishi. 30052. Would you please text in English like a normal human beings? 92710. No. 30052. And unknown, please state your reasoning and who you allowed you in this chat room. Unknown. Like who gave me permission to text you guys? 30052. Yes, please. Unknown. Your mom. 74697. Oh shit. 08721. I'll just remove them. Maybe some sort of glitch. I'll get that checked later. Unknown. No, let me state my case first. 08721. Fine. Unknown. I deserve more respect from you guys since I saved you, you know. 74697. OMG! Chaos! How'd you get in here? Unknown. Just helped myself when I had Eraser's phone. You feel better, Star? Eraser? 74697. Thank you for your help. You were super brave. 08721. Shut up. Unknown changes their name to Chaotic Mess. Chaotic Mess changed 74697's name to Make You Blind. Chaotic Mess changed 08721 name to Sleepy. Stop. Chaotic Mess. No. Oh, I see what we're doing. This is fun. My turn. Make You Blind. Change 92710 name to Brain. Chaotic Mess. Why Brain? Big Smart? Make You Blind. His quirk is mind reading. Chaotic Mess. So cool. Brain chains 30052 named to Magic Man. Magic Man. This isn't professional, you know. We're pro heroes after all. Please refrain from these silly names. Brain. Shut up, you fun smudge, and accept your fate. Sleepy. I now wish the brain crushed my skull. Chaotic Mess. Same. Sleepy. What? Make You Blind. Are you okay? Chaotic Mess. Never mind. Chaotic Mess. Well, if any of you need help with quirk breakdown, either your own or someone else's, let me know. Make you blind. Yes, you've already helped me. He's very smart. Sleepy. You're gonna be a problem child, aren't you? Chaotic mess. Dot dot dot. Chaotic mess. Yeah. Okay, so now we're done with that chapter. It's been amazing. I love the whole back and forward with our now vigilante named Chaos. It's amazing. I love it. It's so cool. I'm just having such a good time with this story. It's like I can't not have a good time with this story. The story is just so good. So, if you want to see more of this, you know what to do.